We continue with the action here inside of Thunder Studios, Long Beach, California. It is Night of Champions 5. Being presented by Dmgboxing along with Top Rank Incorporated and being sponsored by Fightbook. If you're looking to be considered for a next Dmgboxing event, register at fightbook.com. Happy Jewelers. Happy looks good on you. Drive it. Along with Casa Mexico Tequila. Auténtico Corajillo. Torque Law, representing the people, and Adams Boxing, the official brand of boxing. This contest, 4 rounds or less in the bantamweight division. Our judges are Christy Rosario, along with Ron Scott Stevens and Sergio Caiz. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black with gold trim. He weighed in officially at 118.5 pounds tonight. He enters the big leagues of professional boxing, making his debut inside the Dmgboxing ring. Fighting out of Pomona, California, El Toro, Raul Martinez. His counterpart in the red corner, wearing red with black trim. He weighed in officially at 119.25 pounds. He enters for the second time as a pro with a record of 1 victory. From Anaheim, California, Julio Resendi. Our referee, Eddie Hernandez Sr.
All right, protect yourself all the time, obey my commands all the time. So both professionals, conduct yourself as such. Good luck.
4 rounds in the bantamweight division. Resendiz made his debut in Pomona. Now in Long Beach tonight, fighting El Toro. Raul Martinez from Pomona. As we start round 1, your referee, Eddie Hernandez Sr. Resendiz in the red trunks with black trim. Southpaw, lefty. Toro in the black trunks with the gold trim adorned with the Mexican flag. Good straight left by Resendiz. Right away I can tell, it looks like Resendiz is definitely the stronger puncher. Martinez has a tendency to raise his chin up a little bit, which doesn't bode well when you have to take a hard shot. He's got a very awkward style. It looks like he's all kneecaps and elbows. He takes another straight left right down the pipe. Martinez throws wide punches. I don't know if it's something that Resendiz is looking for to shorten up a shot that he can turn over on his chin. Both guys winging wildly from the sides as Martinez presses Resendiz up against the ropes and they clinch.
Work out of it, work out of it. Stop, don't punch, step back.
Referee gave them an opportunity to work out of there. Their hands were free, but they chose to clinch.
Work out of it, guys.
Martinez forces him back to the ropes. Resendiz looking for some room to punch. He definitely looks like he's the cleaner puncher. Neither guy really jabbing effectively. And you have that righty-lefty contrast here. as Resendiz lands a real quick, short left hand. Another one down the pipe. Toro does charge like a charging bull. As we close out round one in this 4-round bantamweight fight. Raul Martinez from Pomona in his pro debut against Julio Resendiz from Anaheim. Julio Resendiz in the red trunks with black trim. Raul Martinez making his pro debut from Pomona, California, black trunks, trimmed in gold. As they both open up, neither one of them landed cleanly. Martinez presses forward. Resendiz looking for room to punch. But both guys swinging wide. As they tie up once again. And they both get warned for moving their heads forward into their opponent. Good shot right there. That caught Martinez flush. And a good body shot.
Work out of it, guys. Work out of it. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Stop. Don't punch. Step back.
That was a good overhand left by Resendiz in the red. Martinez charges forward as they tie up. Martinez lands a sneaky right hand. Didn't do much damage to Resendiz. As he lunges forward and misses with both shots. And catches a little small right-handed hook from the left-handed Resendiz. Martinez tries to go down to the body with the right hand.
Work out of it. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
We come to the last minute of the second round. Good jab by Resendiz, but he missed the follow-up shot.
Stop. Let him go. Let him go. Step back.
Martinez is awkward for sure. It's no surprise that they usually tie up after every clinch. But I think through 2 rounds, Resendiz has landed the cleaner punches.
Step at the bell, Jimmy. Step at the bell.
Martinez is willing, he just hasn't landed any clean, effective scoring punches yet.
Vamos, pero con cuidado. Tenga seguridad. Tú puedes. Come on. Demuéstrame esa seguridad.
We get ready for round 3. Bantamweights. 1-0. Julio Resendiz from Anaheim in the red trunks. El Toro. Raul Martinez from Pomona, California.
Work out of it. Work out of it. Stop. Don't punch. Step back.
Home of legendary champion Sugar Shane Mosley. And they exchange there in the center of the ring. Resendiz goes to the body. Martinez comes in with that high guard.
Work out of it, work out of it. Stop, don't punch, step back, step back. Hey, watch the heads, okay? Watch the head. Box.
Good body shot by Resendiz. Right underneath the right elbow of Martinez. They exchanged punches, and I think they headbutted each other as well. Coming into the last minute of round number 3. Live from Thunder Valley Studios, Long Beach, California. Saturday night fights, Night of Champions, DMG Boxing, in association with Top Rank.
Let him go, let him go. Let him go, work out of it, guys.
Not a lot of clean punches in this round, but I still think Resendiz did enough to win the round.
Box.
Good right hand by Martinez. The ref letting them try to work out of there. Entanglement. As we come to the last 10 seconds of round number 3. Three in the books. They're going to touch him up at the center of the ring. Bantamweight contest between two young fighters. Julio Resendiz from Anaheim in the red trunks, the southpaw, 1-0 against El Toro. Raul Martinez making his pro debut from Pomona. As they wildly exchange in the center of the ring. I think Resendiz has put a couple of these rounds in the bank for a decision. And unless something funny happens, he's probably going to come out of here with the second win of his career. Martinez is tough. He's very willing. He just doesn't have a lot in the toolbox.
Work out it. Step back. Step back. Stop. Don't punch. Step back. Box.
The trainer of Julio Resendiz, top trainer Clemente Medina, worked with former world champion Abner Mares and other top fighters.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Good 1-2 combination by Resendiz as they tie up toward the center of the ring. No clinch this time. Martinez is following, he's just not punching. It's like he's following Resendiz around the ring just to grab him. He's not meeting his opponent with punches. He's kind of just following and covering up.
Let him go. Let him go.
Most of his hard work is done by clinching. Resendiz shouldn't accept that clinch. Control the distance. Use his jab, and he'll be able to punch in space, just like he did right there. with a good straight left hand. They nearly clash heads as we come to 30 seconds left in this bantamweight contest. Did Resendiz do enough in the first 3 rounds to win a convincing decision? As they stand in the center of the ring, closing out this 4-round bantamweight fight. Both guys tie up at the center of the ring. They punch, and it's over. We go up to the ring announcer, Lupi Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're going all 4 rounds inside the DMG boxing ring. All 3 judges are in complete agreement with identical scores of 40-36 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Still undefeated, Julio Resendiz.
Julio Resendiz, undefeated, 2-0, under the charge of trainer Clemente Medina, all the way from Anaheim, California, going home a winner tonight. Raul Martinez drops his first fight, his pro debut. He goes to 0-1. 2 more action fights coming up from the Thunder Valley Studios, and we're going to get right to it with one of my favorite people in boxing. Nobody can say it quite like Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, we cap off a night of action. This has been Night of Champions 5, being presented by the fastest rising promotion in the industry, DMG Boxing, along with Top Rank Incorporated, being sponsored by Fightbook. Once again, if you'd like to be considered for a future DMG event, register at fightbook.com. Happy Jewelers, happy looks good on you. Drive it. Casa Mexico Tequila, Auténtico Corajillo. Torque Law, representing the people in Adams Boxing, the official brand of boxing. This contest, 6 rounds or less in the super bantamweight division. Our judges are Christy Rosario, Ron Scott Stevens, along with Fernando Villarreal. Presenting first, in the blue corner, he enters the ring wearing blue with silver trim. He weighed in at 122.5 pounds. Tonight, he enters the DMG boxing ring for the 7th time as a pro, with a record of 4 victories against 2 losses, 3 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Indio, California, Antonio Marquez. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing white, he weighed in at 121.25 pounds in 7 bouts as a pro. He maintains a record of 4 victories against 3 losses. Representing his homeland of Baguio City, the Philippines, Josephat El Presidente Navarro. Our referee with final instructions, Eddie Hernandez Sr.
All right, gentlemen, your trunks are pretty high, so this here and up is going to be good. Right here and up is going to be good. Gentlemen, I've been over the rules with you both. You're professionals. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. Touch gloves. Good luck. Run. Ready? Sean. Ready? Box.
The southpaw, Josephat Navarro, in the white trunks. Antonio Vasquez in the blue trunks. Josephat 4-3. Vasquez 4-2. I love these kind of fights. Guys that'll come to fight as they smack heads immediately and then they touch gloves in respect. Josephat Navarro of Philippine origins, like another famous Filipino southpaw that I've worked with, the legendary 8-division world champion Manny Pacquiao. Fighting out of Orange County in Laguna Hills. And in the blue trunks, Pelon Antonio Vasquez. And they're both exchanged some heavy shots, and both guys take shots. So this is going to be one of those fights, not who has the most power, but who can take each other's power the best. Both guys look like they're going to want to commit to every shot. The final fight of the night from Thunder Studios, Dmgboxing, Top Rank Boxing. Your referee, Eddie Hernandez Sr. Good straight shot there by Josephat Navarro.
Let him go. Step back. Let him go. Let him go.
Your judges, Ron Scott Stevens, Fernando Villarreal, and Christy Rosario. Good straight left. It traveled a long distance, but it did end up hitting Vasquez. Oh, good straight left as Vasquez goes down.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You okay? You want to continue? Here you go.
He takes the 8 count. Referee lets it continue, but he took a good shot. And another straight shot as he gets ready to go down again, and I don't have a feeling this one's not going to be long. As he's taking some hard shots, and referee Eddie Hernandez Sr. waves it off with a first round stoppage by Josephat Navarro.
First round, dog.
Have a seat.
First round stoppage. Upping his record now to 5-3. He came out very determined. Landed that strong straight left hand. As I'm joined by one of our ring car girls. And I guess they had a good time tonight. As we go up to our ring announcer for one final time, Lupe Contreras.
The senior steps in and waves off this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 25 seconds of the opening round, declaring your winner by way of knockout from the Philippines, El Presidente, Josephat Navarro.
Josephat Navarro, a winner for the 5th time in his career.
And we welcome you to Thunder Studios, Long Beach, California, and an evening of world-class professional boxing. Being presented to you by the fastest rising promotion in the industry, Dmgboxing, along with Top Rank Incorporated, and being sponsored by Fightbook. If you'd like to be considered for future DMG events, register at fightbook.com. Along with Happy Jewelers, happy looks good on you. Drive it, Casa Mexico Tequila, Auténtico Corajillo, along with Torque Law representing the people, as well as Adams Boxing, the official brand of boxing this contest. Set for 10 rounds in the lightweight division, scoring at ringside. Our judges are Fernando Villarreal, Sergio Caiz, along with Jack Reeves. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing the solid black trunks on the scale. He registered an official 132 pounds. In 18 bouts as a professional, he maintains a record of 13 victories. Against 4 losses, 1 bout even, 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Repping the DR Santa Plata, República Dominicana, El Coyote, Derlin Hernandez. His opposition across the ring in the red corner. Wearing white with gold trim, he weighed in at an identical 132 pounds tonight. This highly rated prospect puts it all on the line, including his undefeated record of 23 victories. 12 of those victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, Andres Cortez. With final instructions, referee Thomas Taylor.
Coach, on the other side, please. Okay, guys, real quick. We're going to the middle of the letters here. Up is going to be good. Middle of the waistband here is up is going to be good. You got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, guys.
Thomas Taylor's one of the best referees in the business right now.
Sean,
Fernando Villarreal, Sergio Caiz, and Jack Reese are your judges. In the corner of Andres Cortez, you have Luis Cortez, Rafa Garcia, and Sergio Caro. In the corner of the Dominican is Raul Rosado and Jose Rolon. We get going for 10 rounds of action. Our opening bout on DMG, Night of Champions 5 from Thunder Studios in Long Beach. Cortez in the white, 23-0. Mike, you've seen him around. He's in his late 20s now. This is a fighter who needs to get the opposition where he wants to be if he wants to move up in the rankings.
Absolutely, and I think this may not be that fight, but you always also want your guys to be able to stay busy. His opponent has lost 3 of his last 4. He actually got off to a really good start in his career. And you just wonder if a guy's getting used, I hate to say the word, but he's getting used to losing, even though he's fought some tough fights. He lost his last fight a few months ago to an undefeated prospect, and he's that guy they're bringing in for those kind of fights.
Yeah, he lost to Jacob Gomez in June, and before that he stopped Brian Chevalier, who was 21-2. But Andres Cortez, having watched him for a few years on the top-ranked shows, moving his way up in the super featherweight division, he goes the distance, and as the competition has gotten better, he's been good quality work, but he's not knocking people out right away.
And that's kind of a misnomer too when people see that. The better the guys that you're fighting, they're not just going to lay down and fall down. And you can see that at the top levels, even in his early part of her career. A guy like Canelo Alvarez was stopping people, and later in their career, it kind of stops doing that as the competition gets better.
Top Rank does an amazing job of matching the prospects nicely, getting them quality opposition. They're not getting guys that are just laying down. And for Cortez, his last fighter, Jimenez, had 1 loss. He beat Abraham Nova, who had 2 losses. Brian Chevalier had 1. Xavier Martinez had 1 loss. Luis Melendez had 2 losses. Abraham Montoya had 3 losses. Not like he's fighting guys who are just cans, as they would say.
Absolutely, and the people responsible for that are sitting ringside. 2 Hall of Famers, legendary guys, and Bruce Champler and Brad Goodman.
Oh, Bruce is here now, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
Bruce is here. He's sitting across from me, and I had a chance to chop it up with them a little bit. Always good to see them. And when you talk about Hall of Fame pedigree as fighters and trainers and managers, you got to look at those 2 guys, and they're largely to do with the development. A lot of these top-ranked guys going back 30 and 40 years.
Good opening round, good hook landed by Cortez. Overhand right just misses. Dominican is going to be tough in black.
He is, Beto, and I'm going to tell you what, he opens up, but the thing when he opens up, and like anybody will tell you, is when you open up, you leave yourself a little bit open to also get hit. And that's what I see early on. And Cortez is being very accurate. He's not a big puncher. You can tell that right away if you're around a professional boxing. He's not a huge puncher, but that doesn't mean the volume can't end up stopping somebody.
Yeah, rarely do you get the first bout of the night to be 10 rounders, but you know what you're going to get tonight, and it's a different kind of show. DMG giving the fans excitement off of the bat. Lorana Bell, our timekeeper, lets us know it's 10 seconds to go in the opening round. Good action back and forth between Cortez and Hernandez. I think Tom's microphone's supposed to be over the loudspeaker, but everybody knows it's round number 2. And with you, I'm glad you're here, Mike, because you've been around the sport for a lot of years. You see the young prospects, you see the kids making their debut. You work with everybody. And one of the things that you've taught me in the decade plus of knowing you is the activity for fighters, how important it is, right? Lindsay was even asking you, is it normal to see a guy fight 3-4 weeks after his second or third fight? You said absolutely. Why?
Well, when you got guys that are fighting in 4 and 6 round fights, you want to keep them busy every 2 to 3 months. As it starts to get over, they start to heat up, and Hernandez is really coming out smoking. You want that development, and also this is how they make a living. And if you don't work, you don't get paid. You don't get paid to be in the gym. And fighters want to fight, and I think it's good. A kid like Cortez at 23-0 with his record, after this fight, you can put him into a big fight. Now, granted, the competition is going to get a little bit stiffer, and he's got his hands full tonight. Because let me tell you something, Hernandez is coming out winging. There was no slow boil to him.
Yeah, both these fighters are used to being in the middle of the show, right before the main event. You're going to be the first one that's going to set the tone for the night. But what I want to get into, though, Mike, is we mentioned Top Rank and the business side. You work with all the promoters. Top Rank is known in the sport of boxing. They no longer have a TV deal. Their deal with ESPN is up, and they've been working with different promoters to put on their fighters. Like Oscar Valdez had his own show in Mexico. That was with a different promoter and a different entity. And great, they're going to have one on the 15th of November, also in Mexico, and fighters out there. I give credit to Top Rank and Bob Arum and his staff of keeping their fighters really active, because without that, it doesn't matter.
Well, what is their biggest commodity? Their biggest commodity is their fighters, just like a fighter's biggest commodity is his hands and protecting them. And what they're doing is they're doing a good job to keep these guys sharp. They don't want any of their fighters to be off for extended period of times. And Cortez looks like he stunned Hernandez a little bit. Hernandez is a very tough guy. What I really like to see Cortez do is not square up and maybe set his feet a little. If you notice when he punches, his feet aren't really set, and that may have something to do with his power. But he is very good at selecting the proper punches.
Yeah, watching film on Cortez getting ready for this show, you would see a fighter who's very technically sound and knows what he's doing, and a lot of ring generalship from him.
Yeah, and he's not what you call a quick twitch guy. He's going to be very workmanlike in there. His body reminds me of former world champion Brandon Rios.
That's a great call right there.
Without the thud on his punches, because as we all know, Bam Bam committed to everything.
Yeah, the Dominican, this is his style. He'll get rough with you. He'll be slick with you. He'll give you a lot of different looks. Tom Taylor right there saying, no, it wasn't a punch in the back. You went into that.
Gentlemen.
Coming up next will be Jesus Aguilar making his debut from Culiacan, Mexico, then Elvis Rodriguez. Well, those are first three bouts here on DMG Night of Champions 5.
And in true top-ranked form, I was taking a look at Cortez's record. He has fought some guys with some very respectable records. I'm not saying they were all undefeated, but they all had really good, solid records. Guys like 20-2, 19-3. And that's how you can find out what kind of development and what kind of product you have on a guy that you've signed. Hernandez has closed his gap a little bit. He looks like he wants to fight a little bit more inside, and a lot of that may have to do, Beto, with conditioning, because moving around the ring and getting moved from post to post takes a lot of energy. So it looks like right now he's content and staying very close as he lands a really good low blow. And he looks like he might be getting just a little bit fatigued, and that was a really good left hook downstairs by Cortez, and I like that.
Another body shot as Hernandez answers back, going upstairs. Cortez with the uppercut.
Pull the arm out. All right, stop. No punch, no punch. Straight back.
The right hand from Cortez. Body shot from Cortez. I'm liking the body work from Cortez, Mike.
I like it because that left hand is very educated, and he throws a good one upstairs. And as everybody knows, that when you go downstairs, it really opens things up upstairs, and that looks like that's what's happening right now. I'd like to see him really set his feet and dig in, because I think he's really walking through Hernandez's power right now, because Hernandez is in retreat. He will load up with an occasional big right hand or left hook, but Cortez is seeing that coming a mile away.
All right, stop.
And as I sit here, when you mention Top Rank, I like watching how intently a guy like Bruce Trampler is watching one of their top-ranked fighters, here at ringside for the first bout of the night.
Oh, good right hand from Cortez, stuns the Dominican, but he keeps on coming. Man, Derlin is tough.
Yeah, he's tougher than a $2 steak, but he's starting to leak a little bit of oil right now, and I think if Cortez just sticks to the fundamentals, I think he'll be able to get him out of there in a round or two.
Stop. No, stop. Don't do it again. Understand? You all right? Do not use that head. Go. Let the arm stop.
And you hear that microphone going to the house, so everybody in the house can hear Tom Taylor.
Absolutely. That's what a good referee does, though. He gives good, clear, concise instructions.
A little Morrissey for you on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
you want to get in your feelings right now, and we're in the 4th round scheduled for 10. Cortez coming out strong and aggressive through 3 rounds. I like it.
Yes, I just want to see him use his jab a little more, but I think he's having so much success with that with his left heft to the body and left hook to the head that he's really looking for. And he really stunned him right there.
There it is. The Dominican against the ropes, trying to hold on as Cortez stunning Derlin Hernandez here early in the 4th round. Against the ropes is Derlin trying to hold on. Cortez gets him away, lands an uppercut, lands another right shot. Big right hand from Cortez. Derlin's in trouble, and it is over. Andres Cortez gets a 4th round KO.
And that's what you want to do to start the evening out. You want to do that in spectacular fashion. And that's what he did. And hats off to the referee, because Thomas Taylor was right there, and he didn't even allow Hernandez to even fall to the canvas. He was right there to catch him and save him from himself.
That was impressive, Mike. Here are the highlights.
He got him on the ropes. It looks like he rushed him a little bit too soon earlier, because he kind of lost a little bit of form. And I would have liked to seen him keep a little better range, but when you're landing pretty much every punch, it's really hard to critique that. And that was a really good left hook upstairs. He threw the right hand. He kind of slumped to the ropes. You can see Thomas Taylor looking very intently. Hernandez, to his credit, is still firing. He's still dangerous. But in the end, it was just too much Andres Cortez, Beto.
His 13th stoppage. He set something early, and he jumped on Hernandez in that 4th round. He stunned him with the hook and then got him.
There was a lot of things that were working for him, and what I liked of what he did is he didn't really change that. He just kept going to what was working. He didn't try to outthink himself. He didn't try to get too cute.
Whenever Lupe Contreras is ready, he'll make it official.
Inside the DMG ring, a series of unanswered blows obligates referee Thomas Taylor to step in and call a halt to this contest with an official time of 40 seconds of round number 4, declaring the winner by KO and still undefeated, Andres Cortez.
Win number 24 for Andres, who'll get interviewed by Lindsay Payares in the ring. Lindsay grabbing Andres.
Andres, congratulations. You had a 4th round knockout to stay perfect, 24-0. How are you feeling right now? Andres, a 4th round knockout to improve to 24-0. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. You know, I feel like $1 million man. I need some money fights.
What was the strategy entering in this one?
My strategy was just whoop ass, go in there, whoop ass, and, you know, go home with a pocket full of cash.
How important were those early body shots to really get you going?
I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, it's my repetitiveness. I mean, this is what I do every day, so.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Andres Cortez coming in. He wants some money fights there, Mike.
Yeah, but when you fight money fights, the competition's going to go up, and there's a lot of guys. There's definitely a lot of guys at his weight class that will take those money fights, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I really am. And as you can see right there, as the action, and there's just too many left hooks. And Thomas Taylor, man, he's really a good referee.